In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the watch emails trigger settings to control exactly which emails enter your automation and how to filter them with things like labels and sender information. As you can see in front of us is the scenario which has already built two modules in. The first one is the watch email module, which is what we're going to look at in this video. If you click on this module, you will see these settings come up. Here's where we will use to control what type of information that this particular module will grab. So which email specifically will be grabbed based on the criteria we're setting here. First, let's talk about label. When you go to Gmail, you have different labels. If you're in the inbox, the label would be inbox. If you are in another folder, for example, it will have a different label. So based on that label, we can use this as a filter to tell make.com for certain type of labeled emails, you will need to grab that information to do the action in the next module. So click on label and it will show you all of the folders that you created in the Gmail. I'm going to choose work. You can choose whether it's only read emails or unread emails that becomes part of the criteria. And that is the first part of it. Now, you will wonder, if you just receive an email in the inbox, how on earth would it be labeled as work? You can actually create a new module in front of this one and label certain type of emails with the word work. Then in that case, when you come to this module, anything that got picked up, anything that got labeled work will be picked up. Okay, so I hope that answers your question in your mind. Second way of filtering here, the most important, is the limit. This means how many email will be pulled through if, let's just say, 10 of these emails have the same label. When, let's just say, every time every 15 minutes it runs once, and in that run, if there are 10 emails with the label work, it will pull through. But if you set the limit as 5, and if there are 10 emails that have the label work, only the first 5 of those emails will be pulled through. Remember, each pull or each emails being pulled is one action being taken and then one credit being used, so just be mindful of that. Finally, we're going to use sender information. There are a few ways of doing it. First, you go to the advanced settings. You can just simply type the sender email address. Bear in mind, you can only type one email address and a specific email address here. You cannot type a domain like this at Gmail. And if you go to the next one, it will say you have to type a valid email address. So that is where you can do it. Okay. But if you really want domain, there are a couple of ways to do it. One way is actually on the top, instead of a simple filter, you can go to Gmail filter. And in the query, you can actually type in something like this: from colon these brackets asterisk at the domain.com and then close bracket. You can also simplify without asterisks. Well, like this on the bracket, from colon at domain.com. So if it's Gmail, you can just type Gmail. A second way to do it is you can go to the filtering in the middle between the two modules to do the filter. Here you can actually set the conditions to achieve the same result. Speaking of setting up a filter, I've actually created a previous video to talk about how to add a filter between two modules in make.com. I'm going to add a link here in this video, so please go watch it if you're unsure about this. But that is it. This is where you can set up filters using labels, using limits, and using sender details to decide when make.com runs each scenario operation, which type of email is going to be watched. So that means which type of email is going to be sent through to the second module to action on it. Just be mindful, each email that this watch email pulled through becomes 1 credit of your usage limit, okay? Just be mindful of that. Next up, I'm going to teach you how to map data between the two modules. Once your trigger is collecting exactly the right emails, the next skill is telling make.com where that data should land. I hope this helped. Subscribe to my channel for more of my short videos, one topic, one video every time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.